All right, so I hope this shows up well on video. I was able to get all the big parts I needed out of just one of those slabs, leaving the other slab to do another project with or whatever I need to. So here's what I've done. Up here, I had a little bit of sapwood up here. So I used this section for those upper supports, which you're never gonna really see. So all the supports come out up here. A set of feet from here. I left this center section out. It had a lot of defects and a lot of cracks. So I just omitted all of that. 2 feet for the other table, and then a set of rails out here. And if I get into this sapwood down here just a little bit, it's okay because that gets an arch on it. So, and I certainly have plenty of length. So that really chews up this slab, but quite frankly, there's just not a lot of waste. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and then and let them sit for a little while. I'll do some rough milling on them, but I really want this to rest before we do the final milling. All right, well, there's all the rough milling. Everything is, I don't know, between 1/4 and 1/8 oversized. I'm gonna let it just sit there and rest for a day or two, get my mess cleaned up here, and get after the epoxy and those tops. In the meantime, we'll come back, we'll mill those a final time right before we use them. All right, so I've mixed up some epoxy, and I'm just going to, I've taped up the back side. And I'm just going to slow fill some of this stuff just to help stabilize it as I go through the flattening process. I don't have to worry about something breaking out on me. Alrighty. All right, I'll let that cure up here for at least a few hours. I got it pretty warm in here. And then I will come back and put some more in. You can see this slab here has got pretty good twist to it, so that one should prove interesting. This one doesn't have as much. Okay, so I picked up these 2 walnut boards from my local hardwood dealer, Glacier Hardwoods. They've been great to me. They have a couple of little defects and whatnot in them, but I'm just going to pull out what I need for those center legs in the table. They should be around 16 inches tall, plus you have the mortises that go on them. So I think I'm just going to trim these up at about 24 inches for now, get what I can get, stay away from my defects, and go with that. Okay, so there I got the parts all rough milled, and I'm just gonna let those sit for a couple of days and relax. I'm gonna go ahead and build a sled for the slabs, the tops, and start getting going on those. I'm gonna have to change paper out in the drum sander and got a few things to do, but I'll show you what we're doing as we go. Well, there's the first side out of the drum sander. The sled just worked awesome. It's still a lot of passes. That's not what the drum sander was meant to do, but it did it, and it did a fine job. So this bar conclusion is going to take more epoxy. So before I flip this over and do the other side, I'm going to go ahead and get the epoxy in that because it does go through to the other side. So I just want to stabilize that completely. And not lose all those parts. And then I think this may end up with a couple of Dutchmen in it. We'll see. But I'm going to do all that off camera, and I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. So hopefully by the next video, all these will be flat, ready to go, and we'll get going on the bases and some templates and some more things other than the milling lumber. So till then, guys, take care.